What's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to PRScents. My name's Jose. So, in trying to figure out things to do for you guys, I had a little funny experience. So I said, well, let me just pick bottles. And I guess my brain was in a dark mode that day because I picked 10 bottles and they were all black. And I'm like, yeah, let's go with it. So I've got 10 black bottles. They're all probably, I would say, mostly all of them are for fall and winter. And all of them are a little bit dark kind of fragrances. So if you want to know what they are, stick around. I'll see you in a second. Thanks. All right, guys, so like I was saying, 10 dark fragrances. All the bottles happen to be black. I don't know why, but they all are. But I think these are some that you'll like. There are some here that are very, very polarizing. Most of these are clones. A couple of them are not, but actually only one of them is not. No, two of them are not. And like I said, these are all like fall, winter kind of fragrances, dark fragrances. If you're still into the freshies, you may not like any of these. But if you've expanded your scents, you probably would enjoy quite a few of these. So let's get started with and get this one off the rails right off the bat. And it is Lattafa's Assad. Now, Lattafa's Assad is inspired by Dior Sauvage Elixir. This is one of the better ones. There are tons of fragrances out there that mimic Dior Sauvage Elixir. This was probably one of the first ones. It came out in 2021, and it is very, very good. I actually saw it at Burlington yesterday for $29.99, which is not a bad price because you can get it on the web probably $25, but by the time you finish with shipping and taxes and everything else, you're gonna be above $30. So if you see it at Burlington, pick it up because this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. This has black pepper, pineapple, tobacco in it, and it smells delicious. A little, not dark, but it has like a little slightly darkness to it. But really, really good. If you like Sauvage, if you like Sauvage Elixir, and you don't want to spend that kind of money, then get Assad because it's a good one. Let's talk about number 2. Now, I've had this one for a long time, and I did talk about it recently in one of my last 2 reviews of stuff. And this is by Lattafa, and it's Ishq al-Shuyuk Gold. This is inspired by 2 fragrances, if you will. The main one that it's inspired by is Rosendo Mateau 5, and then the other one that as it starts to dry down, it oddly has the same feel as Baby Cat, YSL Baby Cat. Most of the time, people don't talk about this as being a Baby Cat clone. They talk about it as being a Mateau number 5 clone, but it does have that DNA of Baby Cat. Really, really good. You may, now this is not a fragrance for everybody. This is not a blind buy. Definitely, try it if you can. But when you first spray it on, it has this rubbery kind of scent to it, like a burnt rubber. Not too burnt, but a little burnt rubber. And as it starts to dry down, then you start getting that Baby Cat feel of it as well. This is definitely fall, winter, evenings for sure. Dress up, I would say. Really, really good. This has got caramel, saffron, suede. It is a little spicy in the beginning, but then as it starts to dry down, you get that suede, you get the vanilla in it, and it just becomes a beautiful, beautiful scent. This is from their Pride collection. It's a little pricier, somewhere between $27 and $37. But well worth the money if you like dark fragrances and you want to smell delicious. Ishq al-Shuyuk Gold by Lattafa. Now, the next one that I have for you is one that is absolutely very, very polarizing. This is one of the only designer ones I have, but it is, and this I actually got from my friend because he bought it and he hated it. And it is Mosino Toy Boy. Now, the bottle is ridiculous, but you got to give him props for taking a chance, right? This you should go on YouTube and see the commercials for Toy Boy, because there's something. This is a rose-based kind of fragrance, but a very mild rose. It is beautiful. I've gotten compliments with this, but a lot of guys don't like it because they find it too feminine. It does lean a little bit more feminine, but if you're a confident guy, this is a very different scent. It's just really, really good. It's got pink pepper, pear, nutmeg, cashmeran, rose, cloves, vetiver, amber, sandalwood, and bergamot. A couple of other notes too, but you get the idea. Really, really good if you like rose. But again, it is not a heavy, let me get this out of the way so I don't spray it. It's not a heavy rose like an amethyst. It's a strange kind of rose. It's not an old lady kind of rose. There are some that I have that I kind of feel like smell like an old grandma kind of thing that hasn't left her house for a long, long time, and you walk into it. It's not that kind of a rose. But if you want to smell different than everybody else, Mosino Toy Boy is a really nice one. And it doesn't cost that much either. Let's talk about, now this one is probably one of my original acquisitions when I started getting into clones. And it is by Badal Oud. You don't hear from them that much anymore. But Oud 24 Hours. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and this is beautiful. I love this thing. This has got a sweet, spicy kind of feel to it, a little gourmandy. It's got dark chocolate, it's got orange, patchouli, spiciness. It's a little spicy. Oud, sandalwood, and fruity notes. And it is really, really nice. If you've ever smelled Black Orchid by Tom Ford, then you kind of get the feel for what this smells like. And if you haven't, just go to the mall or something and hit, any one of Macy's, JCPenney. You can go and try them. So just go try Black Orchid and see if you like it or not. But this is a really nice one. Again, a little heavy. As it's been sitting on my shelf, I've gotten more and more time on my skin with it. So let it macerate a little bit. It does change. It gets a little richer, and it does last for, I'd say, 4 to 6 hours on my skin. Your skin, it may be 8. But really, really good acquisition. Eau de Parfum, Badal Oud's Oud 24 Hours. And they do make an Oud 24 Hours Gold, so be careful, because that one is inspired by fragrance of, I forget what it is. Proud of You, Stronger With You, Leather, I think it is. So yeah, that's a nice one too. The only issue I have with that one is that it doesn't really last as long as I'd like. This one does, and it smells very, very nice. You definitely smell that chocolatey, orange citrus kind of feel to it, with dark notes underneath it, like with that amber, with that oud. The oud is not skanky at all. The oud smells really nice. Everything combines really well to make a really nice scent, and that is Oud 24 Hours. So I definitely recommend that one. The other one I have for you guys is this one. I always write notes, so I have my notes with me. Now this one, I've had this for quite a while. It does get spoken about, quite often. And I put it on the other day, and I'm still not a fan. I wish I was, but because people talk about it so well. But it is Encre Noir's La Extrem. The bottle is beautiful. I just love the bottle. This is by Natalie Lorson. She also made Bentley for Men Intense and Bentley for Men. And this is supposed to smell a little like Chanel's Sycamore, but I've never smelled this, so I can't tell you. In the air, I'll tell you what, in the air, it smells better than it does on my skin. It's got cypress, Elie resin, bergamot, benzoin, sandalwood, vetiver, incense, and iris. And it's not that it's an old person scent. I just don't even know how to explain it. Somebody wrote, I'll tell you what somebody wrote. This perfume is all about being alone in the woods, standing under a tree during the rain. It is dark, yet so beautifully made. It smells like the distilled essence of pensive sadness and stoic resignation. And And yeah, it kind of does. And so I'm going to give it some more time. The issue I have with some of these is when to wear them. I've said that before, because these are really dark fragrances. Now I know when to wear them. Night, these mostly all for the evening wear. Nice dinner. Some of them, most of them a nice date, but they're different. So, you have to kind of feel out what your significant other for the evening kind of likes. Because if she doesn't like these heavy scents, she doesn't like rose scents on a man, she may not like it. But this is different. Encre Noir à l'extreme, and it's not that it's terrible, it's that it doesn't wow me, but it's not terrible. Anyway, that's another one for you guys. Now this is another one that is absolutely beautiful. It really, really is, but you have to decide when to wear it. Now I have gotten a lot of comments from subscribers in previous videos that this is a really good one to layer with other fragrances. And this is Lattafa's Mahir Black Edition. Now this has got rosemary, violet, bergamot, incense, iris, amber, smoke, and oud, leather, patchouli, cedar, and sandalwood. This is really, really beautiful. The smoke is something else. I really enjoy that smoky kind of scent. It's not a cigarette or well, it kind of is a little bit like a cigarette smoke, but in a nice way, not in a, I hate that way. It definitely smells smoky. It's a little spicy, a little citrusy, but what you get the most out of it is a dark smokiness that is just really, really beautiful. And it does last on your skin for a long time. Definitely, again, evening wear, definitely winter or fall. But when to wear it, that's where, you guys, if you guys have this, let me know, when do you wear this? I've worn it a few times out, and I haven't gotten a compliment on it yet, but for an evening wear, if I'm going to go to a bar or something, I wouldn't wear this. This is more for a sophisticated date night or a funeral, one of the two. Anyway, guys, so that's Mahir Black by Lattafa. Now, another one that's kind of weird, in the same vein as like Mahir Black, is Bentley for Men Absolute. And Bentley for Men Absolute is very earthy, woody, piney. It's got a very pencil shaving kind of feel to it as well. That's what I get out of it, is like a graphite kind of sense out of it. I've got the powdery incense on the dry down as well. It's got pink pepper, ginger. It is slightly spicy, but not too much. Oud, amber, moss, sandalwood, and it is gorgeous. This is one that if I had to reach between Mahir Black and Absolute, Bentley Absolute, I would go with the Bentley Absolute because it is a beautiful scent. But again, when do you wear it? Things like that you have to think about. Definitely, again, this is more male. Evenings, winter, fall. But if you want to smell really, really different than everybody else, Bentley for Men Absolute is a nice way to go if you like dark fragrances. The other one I have for you guys is one of my favorite. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and I believe this is probably the first clone that I ever got. This is probably my first Lattafa clone, and it is Badal Oud for Glory. This is supposed to smell a lot like Oud for Greatness, and I do have an Oud for Greatness. Now, where Oud for Greatness obviously is richer and it just smells more expensive, this is not a bad clone of it. It's not an exact one-to-one, but it is very, very close. And this has oud in it, so if you want to get an introduction into oud, this is a nice way to go because the oud in this is not so overpowering that you're going to hate it. Hopefully you won't hate it, but yeah, it's oud based. Its mid has oud in it. Its base has oud in it. It's got patchouli in it. It's got musk, nutmeg, lavender, and saffron. So you get a spicy, little bit floral kind of feel to it with that oud underneath it, and it just smells so damn good. I've got 3 bottles of this because I enjoy it that much. So if you see Badal Oud for Glory, try it out because it's not that expensive. It's definitely under $40. So, and if you want to get a feel for what oud kind of smells like, that's a good way to go, is Lattafa's Badal Oud for Glory. Now, this is another one that's a little polarizing, and this is inspired by Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. Now, Noir de Noir, as far as I can tell, came out for women, but men, a lot of men really enjoy it as well. I do too, and it is Club de Nuit by Armaf. Club de Nuit Intense for women. This is dark. This is as dark as you're gonna get. It has a very jammy rose to it, and so what you smell, as far as like if you had to instantly say what you smell, it would be rose. But it's a jammy rose. It gets powdery. It is dark, slightly sweet, earthy, and you get kind of a little bit of a chocolate feel to it, even though it has no cacao or chocolate in it. It's not gourmand, but you do kind of in the dry down get a little bit of a chocolate kind of feel. More like, to me, more like a powdered chocolate. It's got rose, it's got saffron, so it smells leathery, spicy, a little bit, you know, saffron can smell like a little bit like honey, but this is not sweet at all. It's got nutmeg, pepper, violet, caraway, and caraway kind of is also a sweet, spicy kind of note. And then patchouli, agarwood, which is oud, vanilla, and amber. And it is really, really beautiful if you like rose kind of scents. How close is it to Tom Ford's Noir de Noir? I can't tell you, but from everything I've read, it is, most people that like this say it does smell a lot like Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. And then the other 40% hate it. They don't like this kind of scent, especially I think guys, because of that rose, the same issue that guys have with Mosino Toy Boy, they have with this, because they just don't like rose. So I happen to like it, and this is definitely female, male. I think it does lean a little bit more female, but guys, if you're a confident guy and you want to smell, you know, like a really nice Turkish rose, jammy Turkish rose, this is a good way to go. Really, really nice, and I wear it. I like it. If I'm gonna dress up in an evening on a nice, cool fall or winter, I would wear this because it's a sophisticated scent. It smells delicious. Now, this is probably no, not my latest. This is probably, I've had this for maybe 2 months, and I really, really do enjoy it. And it is by PRScents, and it is Veteran Oud. I love this bottle. The juice is beautiful as well. You can see that, you know, the cap, everything is really, really nice. Very heavy bottle. Now, this is supposed to smell a lot like Stronger With You Oud, but I also get a Stronger With You leather kind of feel out of it. It is very, very nice. It's got saffron, oud, lavender. It's not super sweet, but there is a kind of sweetness to it, spiciness to it. Vanilla, oak moss, and amber come in the dry down and just make it a gorgeous scent. The issue I have with it is that so far, it doesn't last that long on my skin. I may get 4 hours out of it, and then I have to respray. But as it sits, you know, the clones tend to, for some reason or another, do better and get better with time. So, you know, you spray it a few times when you get it, throw it in a dark drawer, leave it there for, you know, a month, and then try it again, and it should change a little bit. Some of them don't, but most of them do, and they do get better with time. So if you want to smell what Stronger With You Oud smells like, along with Stronger With You leather, this is a really nice way to go. It looks beautiful on your shelf, and it's not that expensive. I paid $35 for it. It is an Oud perfume. Ladies, I think you might like this as well. I think it leans a little bit more masculine because of that leather. But aside from that, I think you guys would enjoy this also. Really, really nice. Again, performance on it, to me, 4 hours or so. But again, I'll just respray, or I'll, you know, splacker up and just spray a lot, or just leave it alone and let it macerate for a while, and hopefully it'll last longer. So Veteran Oud by PRScents, really good one. So that's what I have for you guys. That's 10 dark fragrances. These could be some that Batman would wear. I don't think he would wear Moschino or Club de Nuit Intense for women. I don't think he likes that rosy kind of feel. But the rest are really, really dark, nice fragrances. And again, they're not very expensive. The most expensive one here probably would be the Absolute, the Bentley for Men Absolute. Probably would be the most expensive, and the Mosino. But you know, get the other ones if they sound good to you guys. So I hope you like this. If you did, you know what to do. Please comment, please like, please subscribe. And as always, you guys know what to do. You be safe, you be loved, and I will talk to you later. Thanks, guys.